Hello and welcome to my 2025 wish list for the finals, which is basically going to be a list of everything I hope we are gonna get in 2025. So I tried to stay reasonable, but even like that we have many small things that Embark could tweak or fix or add to the game that will make for a smoother experience. And finally I will try to make this video not too long so you can actually enjoy it without falling asleep. So yeah, let's do this. So the very first thing I'm going to be talking about are in-game communications, and the very first thing I want for the finals in 2025 is a sorry thing, because this game is such a mess sometimes and there are so many ways to screw yourself over or your teammates, like you can see in my recent montage where I compiled many clips of me dying and killing myself and screwing up my team by mistake. I really wish I could say sorry sometimes. Please Embark, let us say sorry to other people. And other thing I would absolutely love to have is a way to compliment my team. Like, the hype thing is nice, but it's kind of basic and general. I would love to be able to say, good job, that was great, that was awesome, stuff like that. Because we need positivity in games, in competitive team games. Like, you need to have a wholesome time with your teammates, you know? So nobody becomes toxic, starts throwing, etc. And I believe this is the kind of thing that help achieve this. Just like being able to say hello to enemies, but Embark disabled the ability for enemies to hear you and maybe even see you say hello, which I find very weird, because in which situation will you say hello while wanting to be sneaky and not having enemies hear it? See, it's kind of weird. Let me say hello to enemies, Embark, please. Another thing for positivity will be to have endorsements, and just like in Overwatch, which is games that does it the best in my experience, I would love to be able to endorse my allies, but my enemies as well, because sometimes you just get stomped by someone, but they are actually just better, so it's always nice to be able to give them a thumbs up. And if, because of your endorsements, you can get bonus XP, bonus VRs or even multi-bucks, that would be even better. Now, when it comes to communicating that you do not want to be revived, that's an idea I've seen often, but I don't think it will be enough, because if you say don't revive me, it will not prevent console players who play without sound from reviving you. It will not prevent people who want to do their daily missions that ask them to revive someone. It will not prevent them from reviving you, etc. So I think we should have an option to prevent people from reviving you, so we can change that out, prevent, you know, a teammate from reviving us in the middle of an enemy team and dying right after. And another thing is, in about 500 hours on the finals, I have never noticed the effect of the request revive option. Can we make it actually stand out, please? Because in games like Apex, when a teammate spams they want to be revived, you cannot miss it. In the finals, I have never noticed what request revive does. I literally do not know what it does. Now, I want to talk about daily contracts, because if you remember, we used to have very weird, often frustrating and very specific daily contracts, and Embark was not happy about that, and the player base was not happy about that at all. So they said, guys, some contracts are not good, this system is not good, so we are removing the ability to reroll the contracts. And that didn't make sense to me. Like, if it's bad, why take away from us the choice of contracts we want to complete? And then I realized the new contracts that you get daily are extremely easy to complete, and it's basically always the same, which means it's not very interesting, but it's also always the same, so you know exactly what to do. Basically, you log in, you play 3 games, and if you win one of the 3 games, you've probably completed all of your daily contracts without even thinking about it. And that's kind of great, but at the same time, it's not very challenging, it's not pushing you to try new things. So what I wish is we had the same system or something similar as what we have for clubs right now, and it will be, you have a list of contracts and you pick the ones you want to complete. And some days you will have played 2 games, deal damage with your main weapons that you love the most, like a shotgun, and set an enemy on fire, and you love playing flamethrower. So this day you will pick these easy contracts that you will complete without even thinking about it, and that will be it, just like for dailies. But some other days you will not have the choice to just do 3000 damage, you will have to switch it up a little and be constrained to, for example, play a marksman rifle for the day. at least until you complete that contract, and that allows you to challenge yourself, try something new, and I find it pretty great. So yeah, it will be very nice to have more interesting dailies again. Now, speaking of clans, I really wish we could have more clan members, because see, I posted about my clan, I got probably 100 requests to join, and it's full. And every day I have people asking me if they can join my clan or if I can accept their requests, but I cannot. It's 50 max, and that's too bad. And another big issue I have with clans is how when you want to invite your members, you need to add them as friends, because you cannot invite them from the clan itself, which is very annoying. You can send a message so people can join you, I believe, but it doesn't send them a notification in the main menu, I think. So I have never had a member join me with a create request feature. Now, this is more personal, but I want to talk about content creation. As you may know, Embark invited me to their content creator program in December, and they are compensating me based on my videos' performances, which I am very grateful for. And this means that you are helping me a lot by liking, subscribing, and leaving comments on my videos, and I actually do read all the comments and click the heart on them, even if I have nothing to reply. So thank you very much for your support. And speaking of all of this, I wish we had more assets in order to make better content, because fan artists, they want references to draw from. YouTubers, they want better files to make high quality thumbnails, they want good music files. Actually, the people who make fan art in the form of music want high quality files as well, and Twitch streamers probably want to have high quality music as well. So it would be nice to have high quality assets that anyone can access, and it would be especially cool for content creators. And the last thing I wish Embark does in 2025 when it comes to content creation is to promote creators more. And not just the big ones, like not just Thixie, who I absolutely love, by the way, is Thixie, I love you, but like small creators as well. Sometimes we have amazing fan art posted to the subreddit, and I would love to see a way that this could be promoted by Embark, because when you make content for a game, whether it's videos, fan arts, streams, music, whatever, it's very validating and a huge confidence and motivational boost to be recognized by the devs, to get a comment from the devs, or to be mentioned by the official account. You know, it's really meaningful, and Embark does that a little, and it's always appreciated. I remember getting some comments on my videos from Embarkers, and I still remember it because I'm very grateful for them and their support. But I really wish more of the creators can enjoy this same chance I have. Now let's talk about cosmetics. Something I've been dreaming of is to have way more categories. And for example, I really wish we could separate tattoos, face paint, and nails, because right now it's the very same item. Can you imagine if you could choose nail skins? I have never seen nail skins in games. We have gloves, we have face paint, sometimes we have makeup, but nails, I want to have colorful nails. It's so cool. And I don't want it to be linked to my tattoos or face paint or whatever. The same thing goes for skin color, face and voice, which are linked, which is very weird. I've never seen that. And also for hairstyle and hair color. Why do I have to pick this hairstyle if I want this hair color? And why can I not have this hairstyle that's only available in dark, in a blonde color or red color? I don't really get that. And an amazing thing I have seen on Reddit, it's such a good idea. I didn't write down the name of the person who had it, but if we could have a special category for capes, instead of them being linked to upper body items, it would be so cool. Like, you could make such great outfits. Now, when it comes to interface, I wish we had different icons for throwables in the kill feed, because currently we have, in way too many cases, a skull that doesn't really explain the context of the skill. If you jump off the map, you will not have the fell off the map kill icon, you will have a skull. If you kill someone with a plant for the Fatal Florist achievement, you will get a skull. If you kill someone with the cash box for the achievement, I forgot the name, you will have a skull. If you kill someone with a chair or whatever, a canister, you will have a skull. So it will be very nice for every special kind of kill that doesn't involve a weapon to have a specific icon. So like for the potted plant, since it's linked to an achievement, we could have a plant. For the cash box, we could have a cash box. And then for chairs and every other random prop, it could be one icon. Then for canisters, it could be one canister icon, etc, etc. One thing that's been bothering me a lot since the game released is when someone dies and you open the scoreboard, you cannot know which class they are playing because the skull icon indicating that they are dead is hiding the indicator of which class they are playing. This is so annoying. Embark, I beg you, can you move the skull icon to the side so we can know the class of people who are dead? Please. Now, another very weird and very old thing is that F10, the key to hide your HUD, doesn't work in the training range. So when I want to take cool screenshots for like thumbnails, etc., I have to go do it in a private game because I just cannot do it in the training, or I have to painstakingly, I don't know how to speak English, that's not the word, but imagine what the correct word is. I have to remove the HUD elements, and it's kind of a bummer because F10 works everywhere but in the training range. Now, something very cool will be to be able to save entire loadouts. I would love to be able to save not only loadouts, so like every weapon with every attachment, skin, charms and stickers that's on it, all of this at once, so like you save your entire loadout but also your entire outfit, and that will be separated. So you can give any of your preset outfits to any of your contestants, and you can save any build you made for your contestant to reuse later. Because right now we only have, how much is it? 7, 8 contestant slots, which means you cannot even have 3 of each, and apparently on console you have only 7 contestant slots. I learned that in a YouTube comment. That's so weird. And also a way to rename contestants. I don't want my Heavy 2 to be named Heavy 2, and I don't want my Didi skin to be named Medium 2. I want to name her Cool Didi. Now, when it comes to maps and matches, I have a few points. The first one is kind of obvious, but for 2025, I really wish we get power shift on all maps. From players' point of views, it seems such such a simple change. Obviously, if they haven't done it so far, it means it must take a lot of time, of resources, etc. But like, Embark, when we are just players, we think, put the platform on the map and it's over, right? It's not that simple, but please just do it because my favorite maps are not in PowerShift, so I cannot play on my favorite maps most of the time. And by the way, it's Bernal and Fortune Stadiums. Absolute bangers. I love you for these maps. It will also be awesome to have more gimmicks like cranes, rotating platforms, jump pads, and one of my faves, the Bernal. Like in Bernal, you have multiple instances of rooms that you can entirely close off by pressing a button and having a blast wall lifting. And then the room is entirely blocked, the path is entirely blocked, and enemies have to use destruction to get in. And this is so cool, and I feel like this is lacking in the finals because you always have vents, you always have doors, you always have trapdoors, you always have ladders, and it's very rare that players are actually forced to use destruction when there are no deployables involved like goo or barricades. I wish we had more stuff like that. I also really wish we had more meaningful events like the UFO events that was in World Tour at some point. For 1 week in 1 year of the finals, we had enhanced UFOs that could pull players up. They were bigger, faster, more important, basically. But it only lasted 1 week and it was only available in World Tour. And that sucks because I do not play World Tour. And why not keep it in the game, Embark? It was so cool. Please, we want the aliens back, the strong buffed aliens. Oh, and also, of course, we want mega damage to work at some point. On paper, it sounds so good. I want to be able to destroy the map even more efficiently. But it doesn't work. It has never worked. We want mega damage, and also we want the floor is lava, of course. And finally, for maps and matches, I've written we want more settings for private games because we cannot change player teams. If you want to set a specific team, you have to make the team up before they join the private game, which is annoying. We cannot pick what game events we want to enable or not. We cannot pick the game's duration. So currently, it's a very frustrating experience if you are making events, creating content, and whatnot. So my last 3 points are more general, but I wanted to include them anyway. My first one is that we want more limited time modes. We had them in Season 1, Season 2, then we had none in Season 3, none in Season 4, and in Season 5 we've gotten Snowball Blitz, but that was in 2024. And I want something, at least one, in 2025, please. My favorite mode of all time, I think, was Still the Spotlight. The announcement video was a giga banger, and the mode was very fun in my opinion. It needs tweaking, but it was great. Then I want the Riot Shields and Dual Blades, and maybe I could include the Spear, to be honest, to get some love, because these weapons, they are just lackluster, bugged. Like, annoying, frustrating to play against, to play as. They don't make sense, the dual blades deflect doesn't work, the weird shield doesn't block melee in realistic game scenarios. Like, it's a mess. And I don't think buffs is going to make up for it at this point. We need reworks. And finally, my last change is maybe it's not as interesting as all the other ones I've written down and told you about, but something I really wish for in 2025 is a hold to revive instead of tap to revive. When I say revive, I mean when to use a coin, because it happens way too frequently that you accidentally coin in as you are being revived, or maybe you are in spectator mode after dying and you want to go up, and like me, you press space to go up, because that's how it works in every game except the finals. So you press space to go up with your little flame camera, and you use your coin instead. And that's so annoying. I hate it. If you have more stuff you want to see in 2025 for the finals, leave a comment. I'm actually interested. I will actually read it, and I will leave you a little heart on it if I have nothing to say, or I will even reply to it. I always appreciate likes, subscribes, comments. I never really ask for them in my videos because I feel like every other YouTuber is reminding you to do it, so I don't need to remind you as well. But hey, if you do it, it actually helps me. I'm in the content creator program. The better my videos perform, the better I get compensated. So thank you, Embark, for this. Thank you all for your support. Good luck for your next match, and I will see you at the finals.